You could say I had the summer of a lifetime this year. I went on a road trip with all of my closest friends, and then I graduated college, and then I celebrated my 23rd birthday. And now what? As someone who just always needs to know what comes next and have a foolproof plan on how to tackle it, the reality that nothing is really in my control throughout the job hunting process and the uncertainty of life post-grad as a whole has been really difficult to navigate. I no longer have any checkpoints to prove that I'm moving forward, or that I'm on the right track at all. No more midterms, exams, or final grades. Now it's just me, sitting at my laptop for hours, sending out resumes, writing cover letters, and reaching out to people, and never hearing anything back. After months of silent rejection, it's hard to not let that start getting to you. Obviously, this isn't how I planned for life after college to be. I always hoped that right after graduation, I would immediately find my perfect big girl job. But I also know that I can make all the plans I want in my heart, but it's the Lord who establishes my steps. So I applied to go back to school. I've mentioned a couple times that I've been thinking about if I wanted to continue school after I get my diploma or not, because I don't have a bachelor's yet. I only got a diploma from community college. I always knew that I was going to go back to school and get the bachelor's, but I was thinking I would do it a lot later in life and just do it slowly online or something. Because I want a job more than I want to go back to school. But it's been a while of applying to jobs now, and I feel like it's pretty clear that I need some sort of competitive edge. I know that my program has prepared me enough to do good at the job, but the job market is just so insane, and people that are applying for the same entry-level roles that I'm applying to have masters, have 10 years of work experience, whatever. So genuinely, I don't think I'm going to find a job in this market right now. I'm still applying. Since I'm spending this time waiting anyway, I figured I may as well tackle one of the things that I wanted to accomplish. The goals were either get a job or get a bachelor's, and the job just isn't happening right now, so I may as well focus on the bachelor's. I looked into schools that accept transfer credits from the program that I was in, and I found one that I'm pretty interested in, and I sent my application there 2 weeks ago. I'm still waiting for a response. My application tracker says it's in processing, and I actually spoke to them recently because there were other problems with my application, and they said early next week I'll get my decision. Imagine I don't get in. I feel like that's actually going to be my last straw. From what I understand on their site, if my program fully applies and they're able to transfer all my credits, I'll only have to be in that program for 1.5 years, and then I'll get my bachelor's, so it's not that bad at all. I'll be 24 by the time it's done, but that's crazy. Anyway, I'll be 25. Anyway, I was talking to my parents, and what we feel is the best game plan is to do school part-time and then apply for internships throughout that. So hopefully I'm getting my bachelor's and getting experience. Plus, if I'm a student again, then I have access to the student internships and stuff again. So it's kind of a bit more hopeful compared to just applying for entry-level roles. So the new goal right now is to land a fall internship and hopefully get into university. I can't believe I'm planning to go to university. I'm trying to avoid feeling like a failure for not getting a job after college and having to go back to school to get my bachelor's, because I was planning on going back to school at some point and finishing off this 1.5 years, but because of the way things played out, it just kind of feels like it was a last resort to me. And also the thought of going back to school at 23. I'm old. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm just not gonna think about it. Talk to my parents about it over and over about how I'm feeling about going back to school, and they're like, why? Don't feel like that, just do it. My mom was like, why are you thinking about it it's a negative thing, you're going to school to get a bachelor's, and she's right. I've also bothered everybody at church, in my prayer groups and my youth groups, and I'm just oh, I don't know what to do, whatever. And my titas are like, what's the problem? Why are we confused about going back to school? Just go. And hearing that from people who are in a stable place in life where they have a job, they have regular income, and they're looking at my situation and being like, What are you worried about? That kind of eases my mind a little. Honestly, the only thing that I'm actually insecure about is how old I am going in and how old I'll be going out. I'm 23! I'm 23! Like, I remember being 18 and seeing videos like this. It's like, oh, 23 and I don't know what to do with my life. 23 and I'm going back to school. 23 and I dropped out, blah, blah, blah. And I've never like once like watched those videos and been like, at 23, you don't know? But now here I am at 23, judging myself way harder than I was judging other 23-year-olds when I was 18. Anyway, if you can't tell, I've been going around in circles in my head for like the past month, but with the help of my parents and stuff, like I feel like I have a game plan for the next year and a half, as long as I get into this program first. But honestly, a little part of me is really excited to go to university, like just a little part, because I've never gotten like the university experience. I got the community college experience and the private dental school experience, but not like the actually, like I want to wear a sweater. Students of this school don't even like being there, but I want a sweater. Anyway, that is my life update. I've been talking for so long, the sun has literally set. I am going to go back to applying for internships now. The one consistent thing in my life is how supportive and understanding my parents have always been towards me. And I know how lucky I am, and I'm so grateful that they don't really pressure me to have it all figured out and that they're giving me the time and space I need to navigate this chapter in my life. But I'm sure many other children also relate to the feeling of wanting to make your parents proud and get a job so that you can finally start giving back to them for all the sacrifices they made. My desire to do that as soon as possible is really the biggest reason why I was hoping I would land a job after college rather than have to go back to school.
Staring at the tapestry of love, the bed you gave me. I still haven't washed my sheets, 'cause I still smell you in the bed you used to rest your head on. How the hell am I supposed to see? Can we both face on?
So this morning I actually went and dropped my grandparents off to a physio appointment, which is why I was out. And I brought my laptop with me and figured I would just do my job applications and work at a nearby Tim's in the area while I wait for them to finish their appointment. And it was actually nice to not be locked up in my room sitting at my desk for once, even though I was still doing the same thing on my laptop. But yeah, and now I'm home and I'm actually going to be hanging out with one of my friends today. Micah is coming over and we're going to be watching The Summer I Turned Pretty together. This actually came about so randomly. I don't even watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, but I see all the edits and stuff on TikTok and I basically know everything that's happening. Like I know Belly's about to marry Jeremiah. I just don't know who Jeremiah is. But something that was on my mind lately was that I just feel like I don't see my friends too much anymore, or like I'm not making the effort to reach out to them as much. And I realize it's because I kind of feel guilty when I make plans to spend my time doing anything other than looking for jobs. I don't know. I'm super excited to just spend time with Micah and catch up with her. I don't know why I call her Micah. She's only a year older than me. But yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the night. I'm going to change into something a bit more comfy because it's honestly so hot outside. So I'm gonna change into something a bit more comfy, casual, because I'm just at home. And I will see you guys when Micah's here. I'm holding him. Hi, I love her hair.
Change like that.
It's good. How are you? Okay, thank you. That's just like
I wanna make her better. Wipe the makeup from her face. I wish I had it better. I wish I didn't wanna say. I wanna wear her sweater. And I'll break down in my arms. There's nothing sweeter than the bitter taste of you.
we're going to the beach. Yay! By the way, last night my Amazon order came in and I ordered like eyelash clusters and I did them. Can you tell? I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I feel like it really makes it look like I'm wearing makeup even when I'm not, which is what I wanted, so thank God. But I'm just going to put on makeup anyway because I don't think I'm going in the water, and if I am, then whatever. Today we decided that we're going to have youth at the beach because why not? It's summer. There was a heat wave when we made this plan, but the heat wave is gone. It's actually pretty like cold kind of. So I'm going to wear a sweater, but this is what I'm wearing. Look at this, so cute. To be honest, I started this vlog expecting it to be a bit more sort of down because of how I've been feeling the past few weeks, but this week in particular has been really good. This is my beach bag at the moment. I don't even know what to bring. My AirPods charged. Where are my AirPods? But it's red, so I'm going to bring my deodorant, my sunstick. This is my church notebook, which I'm bringing because we are going to be having youth. These are my notes for tonight because I chose the passage that we're going to study, so I already have my notes on it. So I'm going to bring this and then a highlighter and pen for my notes from what other people share. I really wanted to buy a book and have a book to read while I'm at the beach, but I didn't have time, and I also don't have the money to be doing that. I recently finished We Were Liars, and I loved that book so much. I finished it in a day, but then the fact that I finished it in a day made me like consider if books are worth it, low-key, because that was $15 and I'm done with it. I know Kindles are a thing, but I feel like I have to really commit to reading books if I buy that, and I have not committed to that yet. Color. This is the beach fit. Yay! I'm wearing my swimsuits under just in case I decide I want to be in my swimsuit. I don't think I'm gonna go in the water, to be honest, but I'm wearing my swimsuits under, and then I'm wearing this top from Garage. I've had this top since I was like 15. I cannot believe that I'm like still gonna wear it. But it matches my swimsuit like so well. I feel like it looks so cute together, so I put it on. And then I'm wearing some jeans, and I'm going to put on a zip up because it's pretty cold and I'm sure it's gonna get colder when it gets dark. But yeah, this is the beach day fit. What you got? So that is the end of this week's video. I wish I was able to wrap it up in a way where all of my problems were solved and I got a job and everything is fixed, but I'm still in the exact same position. I'm still waiting for the decision from admissions, and I'm still waiting for a job. I actually have an internship interview coming up, but nothing new. And honestly, I wanted to wait on making a video like this until everything was solved so that I could say that, like, you know, I fixed my problems and I got a job or anything like that, because I know that there are people I know in real life that watch these videos, and there are just anyone that comes across this video, like, this is the impression that I'm leaving. But the reality is I'm still in the same position, and I can't fake that I'm not. So I don't have an amazing way to wrap up this video, but I do want to share a blog post that I came across a while ago, and it just really stuck with me for some reason. I feel like if you don't know me and you came across this video, you're probably in a similar position, and maybe this perspective will help you as well, especially if you're Christian, but even if you're not, I feel like it would still apply. But basically, this guy was talking about the story of David and Goliath, which I feel like is something that most people are familiar with, even if you're not a Christian. Basically, it's a little boy named David who goes up against a giant named Goliath, and he puts some stones in a sling, he throws it at Goliath, and Goliath gets knocked out, and David wins with a stone. The guy that wrote this article was coming from a perspective of overthinking and overanalyzing, and something that he mentioned, which I never really heard this kind of perspective on the story before, was the stones. And he talks about how in our minds we could go through all these what if scenarios. What if I did this better? What if I did this differently? Maybe things would have worked out better. Maybe I would have had a job by now, or something like that. He talks about how there were so many possibilities of things that could have gone wrong on that day. What if the wind was different and David wasn't able to throw the stone hard enough? What if a bird came in and flew in front of the stone? And then he says, but none of that happened, because this was never about David versus Goliath. It was God versus Goliath. And for me, that changes everything. As I face my own giants, I remember this. The stones that I needed were placed long before I ever knew I would need them. The image of God meticulously placing those stones for David to pick up eventually has just been stuck in my mind. And like, if God has it down to the details of the little stones, then surely he also took care of the details of his plan for me, you know? Thinking about it from that kind of perspective kind of takes a weight off of my own shoulders, where it's like I need to figure this out or something. Like, I don't. God already has the stones placed exactly where they need to be, and I just need to trust him enough to pick them up and make it move. And then I'll just read a little more of what he wrote in this article. But here's where I find peace these days. If God has willed something, it will happen. Nothing and no one can stand in the way. And if God hasn't willed it, then no effort of mine can change that. I'll link this blog post in the description if anyone else wants to read the whole thing. It was really nice. But anyway, that is the end of this week's video. I know I haven't posted a video in so long, but honestly, I was just trying to figure out how I wanted to go about this one. I was honestly treating YouTube like a highlight reel of my life, and I just wanted to ignore this aspect of it. But at the end of the day, I'm documenting my life, and this journey is also a part of my life. I'll hopefully be back to my regular type of content soon, but yeah, this is it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!